This is the Order of the White Lion and Isis workshops with the practical teachings of the Qabalah. Hello, welcome to this introduction to spiritual guides. My name's Lorraine Morgan and I'm one of the principal teachers from the Order of the White Lion. I'd like to begin by asking if you believe in reincarnation. What is reincarnation? Reincarnation works on the idea that life is a series of births and deaths. We cannot possibly experience everything life has to offer all in one lifetime, so therefore, do you believe that those who die carry on living? How do you know? Do you believe that those who have died can be of any use to us? If you died, would you be able to help? Would you want to help? If so, why would you be able to help? How would you do it? The point I'm trying to make is when we die we go to what is called a local astral world. The astral worlds are all around us. Some people are able to see the astral worlds or astral beings, and others have difficulty in understanding the concept that the astral worlds are all around us. The way I try and explain it is like this. If you take a bow and an arrow, they are both physical things. If you load the arrow onto the bow and then release the arrow, there is a period of time from when the arrow leaves the bow until it reaches its target that you can't see it. And just because you can't see it doesn't mean it ceases to exist. It simply means it's moving too fast for your eyes to keep up with it. Some animals have heightened hearing senses, and a dog can hear a dog whistle that perhaps a human can't. But just because we can't hear the whistle doesn't mean there's no sound. The astral worlds operate on a different vibration to us. Some people can see it, but even if you can't see it, quite often you can feel its presence and sense astral beings. If I died today, I would go to what we know as the astral worlds. I would still be me, the same person as before, with the same personality. I wouldn't suddenly have the answers to the universe, but I would be able to see the bigger picture, and I would be able to impress the living with thoughts. In just the same way I could send a thought across a room that I'm fed up, and someone close to me could pick that thought up and know what I'm thinking without any words being exchanged. Astral beings can also impress certain thoughts upon us that will affect us in the way that we will behave and so on. So these beings, or you and me when we die, can have a tremendous effect on us as individuals. They can help us by instilling a thought in our mind. Have you experienced much to do with your guides? Do you believe in guides? You may or may not be aware that you have your own personal guide that stays with you all the time. Every one of us has a guide who is committed to remain with us throughout our life as our own personal guide, and they come from the astral worlds, the plane directly above us. They're not there to protect you, but they are there to guide you. In other words, if they feel you're going to damage yourself in any way emotionally or do things that might personally upset you, they will help you by instilling a thought in your mind or giving you what you may call a premonition. Have you ever experienced getting a premonition about something that may have either encouraged you to do or not do something, or told you in advance that something might happen? Unfortunately, because we have free will, it means they are not allowed to intervene unless you request them to help, and they aren't allowed to do anything except by your own permission. And if you don't believe in them, then you're not going to ask anything of them, which is quite sad. They can oversee you, they can stand guard over you, they can try and impress you with thoughts, but unless you specifically ask them for help, they cannot help you. And one of the biggest hazards of being a personal guide is the fact that they're often ignored, and they might be there with you. When you do spiritual work, not only will you have your guide with you, but many others from the astral worlds will nosy in as well, because they're interested in helping you. A personal guide is with you all the time. Some people get a shivering feeling, and that's how they know they're around. Others get thoughts coming into their head and see them. Some people feel a tingling over their face or arms, or a buzzing sensation in their ears. It can be anything, but the point is, it's very significant to you. If you want to explore further, then start to become aware of certain things, certain feelings, And if those feelings repeat themselves, then put out a thought in your mind and say, "Okay, I connect with you. Can you make it a bit more apparent, please?" The most common is a tingling sensation somewhere on your body, usually your face. You need to actively try and make a connection. Don't take my word they're there. Try and connect for yourself and ask them to be more specific if you're not sure. At this stage, you may not know what they look like or know their name or anything, but if you make a request and ask them to make themselves known to you, they will. But they won't do it if you are frightened. They're not there to terrorise you, they're there to help you. But if they sense they will frighten the living daylights out of you by making themselves known, then they won't. What they may do instead is make some sort of signal that will constantly come to your attention. It could be a dripping tap or a light flickering on and off. So, put your own testers on it, and if you think you've got the signal or their means of trying to attract your attention, then ask them to do it again. It can just be a feeling. If you would like to know more about guides and the teachings of the Qabalah, then please visit www.orderofthewhitelion.com. You can also log your interest with www.isisworkshops.com. Thank you for listening.